everybody, and welcome to Danny Class Guitar. Today I'm going to talk about fingerstyle technique from the approach of just the right hand, specifically what should the fingers of the right hand be playing, which strings. And this will hopefully, if you choose to work in the realm of fingerstyle, but really any, or finger picking, or any sort of finger movement without a plastic pick, then it could be helpful to you. I do like to play with the pick sometimes, but most of my playing is done with my fingers because for me personally, I find it to be a more expressive style with more possibilities because you have more points of attack on your right hand. Okay, so the style that, or the technique that I'm going to teach you is the one that I learned that works well for me. It is not the only technique. I mean, there's flamenco techniques and other kind of techniques. So this is kind of sort of a commentary, isn't it, on the guitar, how there's so many different ways to play it. Okay, so the way I learned that I would like to teach you now is when it comes to your 5 fingers, we'll count the thumb, and your 6 strings. Your thumb will be responsible for the bass notes. And the bass notes are the bottom 3 notes. And another name for the bottom 3 notes are the 6th, 5th, and 4th string. And if we are talking about standard concert pitch, that would be the E string for the 6th, the A string for the 5th, and the D string for the 4th, meaning those are those notes played when they're open. Okay, so one exercise that you could do, that I think I did do once upon a time, and I remember it being not very fun but effective, which is simply to take your thumb and play those again and again and again, a million times. And if that gets boring, then maybe just kind of shuffle them from one to the other, or do the 6th and the 4th and the 6th and the 4th and the 6th and the 5th, whatever. But just so your muscle memory kind of gets in there and your hand, your right hand realizes, oh, my thumb will always just be playing those. Okay. Then that leaves the next 3, the top 3 strings, the G string, which is the 3rd string, the B string, which is the 2nd string, and the E string, which is the 1st string. And so a good way to play those, that'll be easy for you, is just think your index finger will be responsible, meaning it will play the G string. That's the 3rd string. It'll always kind of be there. You can even kind of rest it there. It's good technique, actually. And next, your middle finger will play the B string, the 2nd string, and your 3rd finger will play the E string, sometimes called the high E, meaning in pitch, and it's also the 1st string. And so one other thing I'd like to talk about just occurred to me that I think will be useful for you is how do you physically position your whole hand? Where should it be? First of all, in terms of where it should be, that's up to you. If you want a nasally, bright sound, then you'd go more towards the bridge. If you want a darker sound, a jazzier, thicker sound, then you're more towards the edge of the fretboard here, away from the bridge, and you'll get a different character to the note completely. And that can be a wonderful thing, really, about the instrument, because you can get so much color, depending on your mood, depending on what you want, from the bridge up to here. And this is not even, of course, when I'm talking yet about the left hand. That's going to be, I guess, many more lessons about slides and hammer-ons and pull-offs and all the rest. So that could be another thing to do if you get bored with these sort of exercises. And by the way, for the top 3 strings, you pick with the 1st on there, on the 3rd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd string, and your 3rd finger on the 1st string, and just do those a bunch of times, however you want to do it. again and again and again and again, and try to make it, I suppose, even in terms of even sound. So that is the basics for the right hand for the fingerstyle technique. There are so many variations of this. There are so many ways to break the rules I just mentioned that are, for different players, interesting, and also open up, I think, other possibilities. But I think the positioning that I talked about can serve you very well. And one final note, I would suggest that you do not play with your fingers vertically down, but rather angle your hand a little bit, maybe a lot even, because this is going to help you later when we talk about how to pluck chords, because you'll see that you can get a lot of power, a lot of dynamic range, a lot of projection. I'll just do this with a C chord. If you crunch your fingers up into your hand like that, and it seems to me difficult, really impossible to do that, at least for me. Maybe that you could do that, or at least more challenging if you have your fingers in a vertical kind of way. So it seems like your right hand is going to want to do that, just kind of be in an angle. So how much of an angle? That depends on the size of your hand, the length of your fingers, etc. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to your suggestions and comments. And I will post some more videos on fingerstyle technique, on regular guitar technique, music theory, and lots of other things coming soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.